Welcome to AfriFreedom Channel, your trusted hub for global insights, African empowerment, and unfiltered geopolitical commentary. Before we begin, please note that this video is strictly for informational purposes. It does not promote or support any political agenda or ideology. Our goal is to analyze current events and encourage open, respectful conversations based on publicly available facts. If you're new here, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss future updates that dig deeper into the issues shaping our world. Recently, three major international developments have made headlines, each distinct, yet interconnected by broader themes of sovereignty, resistance, and realignment of global power structures. In Moscow, Russian President Vladimir Putin hosted Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas at the Kremlin. This meeting wasn't just a diplomatic courtesy, it was a signal. Russia has vowed to continue sending aid to Gaza amidst one of the deadliest humanitarian crises in recent memory. More than 51,000 people have reportedly died in Gaza, a figure that Putin himself called a full-scale humanitarian disaster. Russia's delivery of 30,000 tons of wheat to Gaza during this crisis speaks volumes, not just of its humanitarian engagement, but of its strategic positioning in a region traditionally dominated by Western influence. What does this mean for the broader Israeli-Palestinian conflict? Could Russia's open support for Palestine change the dynamics of Middle East diplomacy, especially at a time when the West's position is under increasing scrutiny?
С тревогой и сопереживанием следим за трагическими событиями в зоне палестино-израильского конфликта, которые унесли жизни более 51 тысячи человек. Растет напряженность и на западном берегу реки Иордан. Сектор Газа переживает в полном смысле этого слова гуманитарную катастрофу. Россия, как друг палестинского народа, старается регулярно оказывать помощь. За прошлый год передали нуждающимся более 800 тонн грузов, включая продукты питания, медикаменты, предметы первой необходимости. Мы всегда были убеждены, что добиться устойчивого мира в регионе можно только на общепризнанной международно-правовой базе, предполагающей создание двух государств для двух народов. Россия неизменно выступает за обеспечение гуманитарного доступа и возобновление.
More importantly, how might Russia's moves inspire or affect foreign policy approaches in Africa and the global south? Meanwhile, thousands of kilometers away in West Africa, another bold statement was made, not through a speech, but through a security partnership. North Korean President Kim Jong-un reportedly pledged military support to Burkina Faso's President Ibrahim Traoré. While mainstream Western media has been relatively quiet on this development, independent reports and viral social media clips suggest the presence of up to 700 North Korean commandos now stationed in Burkina Faso. The promise: total military backing if Burkina Faso faces foreign invasion. To put this in perspective, Burkina Faso has been under pressure from both regional and international entities after a series of coups, a firm stance against French neo-colonial presence, and the government's decision to expel foreign troops. The Traoré administration is positioning itself as a sovereign regime unwilling to bow to Western interventionism. But now, with North Korea entering the scene, what kind of message is being sent to the world? Is this the beginning of new international alliances, where African nations like Burkina Faso choose unconventional allies over traditional Western ones? And what might this mean for broader regional stability and the sovereignty of African nations resisting foreign control? This isn't happening in isolation. On the southern end of the continent, South African politician Julius Malema is sparking conversation with his bold proposition, the formation of a United States of Africa. In a viral video, Malema argues that if Africa were to unite, politically and economically, it could not only liberate itself from Western economic dependency, but even collapse the dominance of currencies like the US dollar. He claims Africa's vast mineral resources, if controlled collectively, could serve as a major lever against global financial systems rooted in colonial exploitation. On the southern end of the continent,
they don't have borders in Europe. But when it comes to us, they say, no, you must have borders. Why? The division of Africa is what makes them thrive. They thrive on the division of the African continent. Can you imagine the minerals of DRC combined with the minerals of South Africa and with a new currency based on the minerals? What we can do to the dollar if we become a United States of Africa with our minerals alone? We can collapse the dollar. We can collapse the strong pound that is based on gold, yet they don't have a gold mine. So why do you allow such things? There were no borders, and we must all of us unite in that call. Yeah. Free movements of persons, free movements of goods will make this country flourish.
It's not just rhetoric. Calls for a borderless Africa have grown louder, especially among Pan-Africanists who argue that colonial-era boundaries continue to divide a continent meant to thrive in unity. Imagine free movement across Africa, collective ownership of gold, oil, cobalt, and lithium reserves, and a single foreign policy voice on the global stage. It's a powerful vision, but also a deeply complex one. Can Africa overcome internal divisions, corruption, tribal politics, and external economic pressures to realize such a union? What role should existing continental bodies like the African Union play in this? And most importantly, would powerful global players allow such a shift without resistance? Let's connect the dots here. Russia supporting Palestine. North Korea aligning with Burkina Faso. Malema advocating for African unification to collapse Western economic dominance. These are not isolated events. They reflect a world gradually moving away from unipolar dominance, where one power dictates terms, to a multipolar world, where smaller nations assert agency, build new alliances, and push back against the status quo. Are we witnessing the early signs of a global realignment? Is Africa finally positioning itself not as a continent to be saved or pitied, but as a continent that commands respect and demands equity? These questions are not just rhetorical, they are the pulse of the global South today. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Do you believe Africa is ready to rise as a global superpower? What challenges stand in the way? And which global powers do you think will support or resist this transformation? Thank you for watching AfriFreedom channel, where we break down the truth behind the headlines. If you found value in today's deep dive, be sure to like this video, share it with others who care about the future of Africa, and subscribe for more thoughtful analysis. Until next time, stay informed, stay bold, and stay free.